Okay, welcome to week 3 of Ageless Style workshop series led by Lisa Wright. Today's topic is building a capsule wardrobe. But before we begin, let's learn a little bit more about Lisa. Lisa Wright has spent decades in the fashion industry as both a model and photographer, bringing her lifelong passion for style to every role. She continues to model professionally, represents confidence at any age, and has dedicated years to nonprofit programs helping women prepare for work. Today, she leads workshops that encourage senior women to celebrate their personal style. So, everyone, please join me in welcoming Lisa.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad to be back here with you today. So, how's everyone's weekend? First of all, we're back here on a Monday. Did anybody do anything exciting? If so, put it in the chat. I'm curious to know what you guys were up to this weekend. So, I'll share a little bit about my weekend while the chat is going. So, I had a pretty eclectic weekend. I spoke at a convention to a group of ladies on Thursday. Friday, I took my youngest daughter, who's 32, to a Chris Brown concert. Imagine that. So he's her favorite artist. So we went there. And then on Saturday, I went to a gala for a nonprofit organization that was the Wizard of Oz themed. So that was quite interesting. So I had a pretty good weekend. Oh, thank you. Somebody said cute outfit. Thank you so much. But I'm so glad to be back with you guys today because I get to sit in this chair first of all, and then talk about something that I really love and am passionate about, which is style and fashion. So, welcome. If you've been with me from the very beginning, please raise your hand. I'm curious to know who my writers are that's been with me since workshop 1. Fantastic. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and raise your hand again. I'm excited to see who my newbies are as well. Oh, great, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're going to continue on our journey. We are already, let's see, let me get my little PowerPoint going. We're already at week number 3. Imagine that. Today we're going to be talking about building a capsule wardrobe and shopping smart. We have a virtual fashion show coming up next week, so I expect all of you to sign up for that. I'm excited regarding what you guys are going to put together, what your looks are going to be like, and I'm super excited. So please, please, please sign up for that. It should be a lot of fun and very exciting. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I want to know how the lesson went last week. You guys learned about cell phone photos. Have anyone been, using their cell phone to take awesome photos of their outfits? Go ahead and raise your hand. All right. I see you, Rose. Good job. Good job. And how about Pinterest? Are we still working on Pinterest and pulling that together and creating pins and using that for inspiration? I hope so. And if not, I know some people had a little trouble with it, but keep at it. Practice makes perfect. So continue to use Pinterest for inspiration, continue to use your cell phone to take photos of your outfits and you wearing your outfits. Uh, it'll be extremely helpful, I promise. So let's get going. So first I want to revisit last week. Last week we did a closet audit in which we cleaned out our closet. It helps to declutter and make space for what we actually wear. It helps us feel emotionally lighter. It helps you update your style for who you are today. It makes outfit selection easier. It's an opportunity to sell, donate, or recycle your old stuff. And I recommended that we perform a closet audit at least twice a year in the spring and summer and fall and winter. Then we learned a little bit about creating outfits with what we had left over. We decided we are going to start with some basics, which are solid colors, and we'll talk more about that today with the capsule wardrobe. We learned about layering and mixing textures, swapping shoes and accessories, using styling tricks. We talked about the color wheel. We used the rule of 3, which is using one article of clothing in 3 different ways. We talked about creating a Power Picks collection for when you really want to feel unstoppable. And we also talked about taking selfies in the mirror as a visual reminder. So who did a closet audit? I'm curious to know if we're taking all this information and we're actually using it. At least started it. Who started a closet audit? Raise your hand. Fantastic. And I know some people thought, it may have been a little overwhelming, especially if you've got a busy closet, which it is. It's not a chore for the week, but it can be done. But I recommended that you start in small chunks. One lady said, I just don't have the time. I got a ton of things to do. And I suggested that she start with her accessories. At least let's get those organized, and then we'll go from there and tackle bigger projects. So I'm so glad that you guys are using this information. So we're going to move on to some new things today. We're going to be building a capsule wardrobe and shopping smart. So the 4 things that we're going to work through today is the capsule wardrobe. We're going to identify gaps, and we're going to learn how to shop smart. And then you guys are going to be learning about Google Try On. So what is a capsule wardrobe? I always like to start with a quote first. And the quote is, "It is absolutely possible to have great style on any budget. The key is a capsule wardrobe." This quote is from Tan France. Tan is a British American fashionista. He's a designer, a stylist. He's a television personality. You may know him from a Netflix series called Queer Eye. But it is absolutely possible, I agree 100%, to create a stylish wardrobe on any budget if you use the capsule wardrobe method. So again, what is a capsule wardrobe? A capsule wardrobe is an intentional collection of versatile clothing pieces that you can mix and match that easily suit your lifestyle. They usually start with a neutral base, a cohesive palette, and interchangeable items. The idea behind a capsule wardrobe is if you own a little bit of each of these items, it reduces decision fatigue, so you can go into your closet and pick something easily. It saves time and money, and it transitions across lifestyle moments. A capsule wardrobe is usually made up of 5 colors: black, white, gray, navy, and camel or a beige color. And let's see, to the next slide. There are also seasonal accent colors that you can combine with the capsule wardrobe. For example, in the spring and summer, we can use blush, light blue, or sage. And in the winter, we use darker, more jewel tones like emerald, burgundy, and mustard. So the idea is that if you have at least these 5 colors, black, white, gray, navy, and camel, they all go together really well. You can take a black pair of pants and pair it with a white shirt, a gray shirt, a navy shirt, or a camel shirt. You can take a white skirt, pair with a black blouse, a gray blouse, a navy blouse, or a camel blouse. So these colors work really well together, and you can combine endless outfits by just using the method of a capsule wardrobe. And surprisingly or not surprisingly, many of you probably have many of these items in your closet already. Black is really popular. White is really popular. Gray is really popular. Who has some of these colors already in their wardrobe? By a show of hands. Rose raised a hand. All right. Great. Many of you. My gosh. Fantastic. So, a capsule wardrobe. What do we need to build? Well, everyone needs a suit. A suit is a complete outfit. And if you take care of it, it will last you forever. You can also wear the blazer or the pants separately, resulting in countless outfit combinations. Who owns a suit here? Whether it's a pantsuit, a skirt suit, hands? Great. And oh, almost everyone. Fantastic. All right. Some other items that are part of the capsule wardrobe: the white button down. Extremely versatile. Works in both casual and formal settings. I think I mentioned in previous sessions that I love a button down shirt. I have them in white, black, navy, all the capsule wardrobe colors. I also recommend a tailored blazer. It works in casual and formal settings. I recommend a pair of dark jeans or trousers. They are versatile bottoms that go with everything in your wardrobe. A pair of jeans goes with everything, as I'm sure you know. A pair of dark trousers in one of the capsule colors goes with everything in your wardrobe. For women, I recommend a dark dress. A black dress. I know you've all heard of the LBD, the little black dress. It can be styled up or down for multiple occasions. I also recommend a quality white t-shirt. We talked about t-shirts last week when we talked about the rule of three. A quality white t-shirt is the versatile foundation piece that goes well with everything. For layering pieces, I recommend things like cardigans. They're comfortable but polished for both men and women. I also recommend a motorcycle jacket. It's durable, it's versatile, it lasts forever. It's a foundation piece that never goes out of style, and it also gives you a little edge to your outfits. So if you want to look edgy, get you a motorcycle jacket. I own one. I've had it for many years, and I love it. For men, I recommend a polished boot. It's a versatile foundation piece. For women and men, I recommend loafers. They're comfortable but polished footwear. They always look really nice. For women, I recommend a classic pump or a pair of flats. Some of you may or may not still wear heels, but if heels aren't your thing, get a comfortable flat. You'll be glad you did. I also recommend a pair of white sneakers. They always look really fresh and clean. And these, once again, these are some of the capsule wardrobe colors, and they go with everything that you own. So you don't have an excuse to not look well and not put together if you follow this capsule wardrobe formula. I recommend a neutral tote for women. This can be styled up or down for multiple occasions. We have a beige one here, but again, we're working with our capsule colors. We can do white, black, navy, beige, whatever suits your fancy. I also recommend gold and silver jewelry. They add personality. They display a little bit of your personal style, and white, gold and silver jewelry always looks really well put together. I recommend a watch. It's a nice finishing touch. We always have to think about the accessories. The little things are what helps pull an outfit together. For men, a briefcase is not only functional, but it adds sophistication to a look. Some capsule wardrobe tips. Stick to a neutral color palette, which we already talked about, the black, the white, the gray, the navy, and the camel. Choose quality over quantity. Focus on well-made pieces that will last. Before you guys jumped on, we were talking about the upcoming fashion show, which I really want you guys to sign up for, and we'll talk about it more later. But Wanda mentioned that she's going to be in the fashion show, which I'm super excited about. And she mentioned that she has an outfit that she's had for over 20 years that she's going to wear to the fashion show. So again, choose quality over quantity. She's got a dress. I'm not sure if it's a dress, Wanda. Is it a dress?
It's not a dress, it's like a
Okay,
pantsuit.
it's a pantsuit, but she's had this pantsuit for 20 years. That means it's well made, quality over quantity. And I'll talk a little bit about cost per wear later, but focus on quality pieces. Don't buy cheaply. It won't last. You'll be unhappy. Aim for mix and match versatility to create multiple outfits using fewer items. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to have this vast wardrobe. If you have a number of quality pieces, all in capsule wardrobe colors, you can create multiple outfits with fewer items. Incorporate layering pieces to adapt to changing seasons and occasions. Layering pieces include the cardigans, the jackets, the scarves. Today I'm wearing a blouse with a vest. I have a head wrap on. Find creative ways to tie your head wraps. So use layering pieces to adapt to changing seasons and occasions. So now we're going to identify gaps in your wardrobe. So we've done our closet audit, we've cleaned out the old, we've donated it, we've sold it, we've given it to a charity. So what do we have left in black, white, gray, navy, or camel? Or what do we need to buy? Like I said, I'm sure many of you have these colors in your wardrobe already. But we're going to check for outfit completeness. Do I have the basics? Do I have a white button down? Do I have a white tee? Do I have the dark jeans? Do I have a blazer? Do I have a suit? Most of you raised your hand when I mentioned the suit, so that's great. Do I have layering pieces? cardigans, jackets, vests, scarves, just things that I can throw on to add a little bit of interest to what I'm wearing. Do I have the right shoes and accessories to finish a look? If you have outfits that almost work but feel unfinished, you're missing essential supporting pieces. So what might those pieces be? Well, examples of wardrobe gaps might include a properly fitting pair of jeans. Maybe it's a black or nude shoe or the white sneaker that I mentioned. Maybe you need a layering piece like a cardigan. Um, do I need something structured, neutral, or more elevated? And speaking of elevated, because I'm all about elevation, elevate a look with a statement piece. A statement piece is outside of the capsule wardrobe, but it just helps give visual interest to what you're wearing. For example, you may choose an interesting necklace. Our lady with the white button-down shirt on, she opted for an animal print skirt. It kind of elevated the outfit. She's got the capsule piece on, which is the button down, but she added a skirt that's a print and a black bow tie. Maybe you want to do a pop of color. Red is a great pop of color, orange, yellow, emerald. So add a pop of color. It gives your outfit visual interest. Our lady on the end, she's got some really cool sunglasses on and some really cool earrings. So we're going to put our outfits together based on the capsule wardrobe, but we're going to elevate it with these statement pieces. And they reflect your personal style. So don't purchase anything out of the ordinary that doesn't feel like you. If you were here for sessions 1 or 2, personal style is just that. It's personal. It's your visual identity. So purchase items that feel like you. Don't go overboard just because, I'm gonna try this green peacock dress when that's not really you. I want you to dress for what feels like you, but don't be afraid to try new things. Some statement pieces for men. I think I mentioned last week that boutonnieres aren't only for weddings and prom. You can add them to your suit jacket at any time. Last week I had on a brooch. Use brooches, use boutonnieres. Buy a fun pair of socks. Buy a blazer that you may not typically wear. Add it. For example, this guy, he's got on his beige pants or his white pants, his black button down, but he added a leopard print blazer and he looks fantastic. Do something out of the ordinary. Buy a pair of Converse. They're comfortable. They're flat. I own a pair of leather Converse, and I can't tell you how many compliments I get on that pair. I get for that pair of shoes every time I wear them. So do something out of the ordinary, but stay within your comfort zone and stay within your personal style zone always. We're going to also break down our wardrobe needs based on our lifestyle. So I did this little chart here, and this is mine, and it's based on, what I need based on my lifestyle. So most of my clothes are for work and professional wear. 40% is based on that. Luckily, I work in an industry where I can pretty much wear what I like, so I don't always have to wear a suit, although I do sometimes, or I don't always have to wear a dress. I can mix it up, but 40% of my wardrobe is based on work and professional wear. So if you would, in the chat, I'm just curious, how many of your workwear is based on work and professional? I want to pull my chat up so I can see. Okay, let's see. 0%. Okay, so you must be retired. 0. I am retired. Okay, Carla. Sydney, 0%. 0. Okay, that's okay. How much of your wardrobe is devoted to casual everyday wear? Mine is about 20%. Millie says she plans on adding more colors. Fantastic. Carla says 60% is based on casual everyday wear. Shelly, 75%. Francine, 35%. Great. How much is devoted to going out, social events? Mine is about 20%. Let's see. 15%, Jacqueline. Okay. I do a lot of travel. Okay, Carla, I love that. Evelyn, 40%. Social, 10%. Okay. How much of your wardrobe is based on formal occasions? Mine is a sad 10%. Joyce says she has no formal wear, no worries. Okay, Millicent, 1%. Carmen, none. So we're about the same there, ladies. And then how much of your wardrobe is devoted to fitness and loungewear? Mine is about 10%. Let's see. 5%, Sydney, Shelley, 20%, Millicent, 15%, Joyce, 10%. Okay, so this is a fun little chart just to put together for yourself, just to figure out what do I need in my life right now in terms of clothing. If I'm not working, I definitely don't need work clothes. Most of you seem like your wardrobes are devoted to casual everyday wear, which is great because you get to play and have fun. But do this little chart when you get some time and figure out and it helps when you get ready to go shopping for sure. So, and that brings us to shopping smart. So, you should know your style identity. That's super important. And if you were with me in workshop number 1, you learned a little bit about style identity. Before you shop, be clear on your style identity. I want you to use Pinterest as inspiration. Go in and create some pins. You just use the cell phone images that you've taken to visually anchor your style direction. Think about what you want your clothes to say about you and focus on how you want to feel, not just how you want to look. That's a lesson from way back in workshop number 1. But we talked about some style archetypes. Here are a few: the classic, the chic, the casual, and the edgy. Um, you know, there are numerous style archetypes, but which one is you? That's going to help you when you get ready to go shopping. A lot of people go shopping and they buy things on impulse. When we were talking about cleaning out our closet last week, there was a participant who said they clean out their closet often and they give it all away, but then they want to fill their closet all the way back up again. So we don't want to do that. We want to shop intentionally. We want to think about who we are, how we want to show up in the world. So knowing your style identity is important. One of the things we learned back in workshop number 1 was our style words. What are your style words? And this list is by no means comprehensive, but it's a start. Your style word is whatever you want it to be. Maybe you're classy, you're edgy, you're casual, you're comfortable, you're elegant, you're sophisticated, you're fun. You can think up your own, but knowing your style words, at least 3, help you when you get ready to go shopping. Because if you're looking at a blouse or a pair of pants or a pair of shoes or whatever it is, and it doesn't fit your style words, then you shouldn't buy it because more than likely you won't wear it. We're going to create a targeted shopping list. We're going to be very intentional about this. Once you've identified what's missing, you're going to create a specific shopping list. You're going to start with timeless, mixable pieces. That's why this capsule wardrobe is so important. The black, the white, the gray, the navy, and the camel. We're going to build a wardrobe, not just a random collection of items that'll hide in the back of your closet. For example, what's missing in tops? Do you need a white linen button down? Do you need a black fitted turtleneck? Um, do you need a pair of tailored trousers or a pair of dark jeans? Maybe you need a dark skirt. You like skirts and dresses more. Maybe you need the little black dress. We're going to think about our layering pieces. Do you have a neutral cardigan in one of the capsule wardrobe colors? Do you need a structured blazer? Someone asked, why not lighter colored jeans? You can. Absolutely. Nothing is off limits. You can absolutely wear a pair of lighter colored jeans. The capsule wardrobe is just based on uh, um, colors that kind of go well with other colors. There are these 5 colors that you can always mix and match, and they always look great together. But if you want to buy a pair of light color jeans, by all means, do just that. I would recommend getting the dark color jeans as well, just because they go with everything. Um, we do you need shoes? White sneakers. I have a pair of white sneakers that I bought probably about a year ago. I love them, especially when I want to wear a flat shoe. They're comfortable. White sneakers go with everything. As I mentioned before, they look really fresh and clean. Um, and think about your accessories, your earrings, your belts, your gold hoops, your watch, even the statement pieces. Like I said, don't shy away from statement pieces. They help give your outfit visual interest. Sometimes a capsule wardrobe can be kind of, I don't want to use the word boring, but I do want to say a capsule wardrobe can be, you're kind of like, am I wearing the same thing every day? But we choose the capsule wardrobe because they're great mix and match pieces. You always have something to wear. You can always pull it out and wear it and go. But add high impact statement pieces, a hat, a scarf in a different color, a pair of earrings, a watch, a boutonniere, a brooch, just to give yourself some visual interest. Prioritize based on need, quality, and versatility. So you're going to create this shopping list, but then you're going to label each item. High priority, which means it fills a key gap and will get a lot of use. A medium priority is helpful, but not essential right now. So you may or may not buy it. And low priority items are nice to have, but you can wait. Remember the rule of 3. I talked about the rule of 3 last week. If you buy an item, make sure you can wear it at least 3 different ways. And the examples, I think we used the blazer and we used a button-down shirt. So make sure if you buy something, you can use it 3 different ways. Bland I see bland, Rita, when I was talking about the capsule wardrobe, and it can be. You know, some people are not. I had a lady on here last week. I hope she's here today. She said, I am one of one. I am very unique. I always wear things that are unique. And she's right. You are one of one. You are unique. Um, but the capsule wardrobe, like I said, is a way for you to have a basic functional wardrobe that you can pull out and go at any time. You don't have to think about it. All those colors work well together. But then we're going to use our statement pieces to elevate our style and be the unique humans that we are. So once again, remember the rule of 3 and focus on pieces that can work with at least 3 outfits. So where to shop? I'm not going to tell you where to shop because I know you all probably have your favorites, and I don't want to promote one place over another. Uh, if you are working with a budget, which I recommend you should have anyway, regardless of how much money you have. You know, how much do I want to spend? Um, I would start maybe with the outlet malls. We have one here that I absolutely adore. You can always find great items for less than you would find them in high-end department stores. However, high-end department stores also offer great sales. So be on the lookout for that. Buy secondhand. We talked last week about donating and giving our things away. And I mentioned that one man's trash is definitely another man's treasure. So look at consignment stores and thrift shops. They are budget friendly and they are great for treasure hunting. If you have the time and the patience, you can find some great things at a thrift shop. Look at online retailers. Online retailers, make sure they have a couple of things. They have a good return policy or an exchange policy. Some I buy online, but I'm a really tall person. And sometimes when I buy things, I see it online and it's a little deceiving when I get it in my mailbox. So make sure they have a good return policy or a good exchange policy. But I love shopping online. Just make sure those two things are in place in case you have to give something back or you have to exchange it. I love a clothing swap. I have organized clothing swaps before. They are social, eco-friendly ways to refresh your wardrobe. And what a clothing swap is, you just get together with a group of your friends. You can create a flyer or make a bunch of phone calls and invite all your friends. You can have it if you live somewhere where there's a clubhouse or you live near a community center or something like that. You can host it there, and everybody just brings things that they want to get rid of. It has to be clean or laundered. It has to be in good condition. And we hang it all up by size. You can come and have coffee, or maybe if it's later in the evening, a bottle of wine and some light bites and just enjoy yourself and shop each other's closets. That's literally what a clothing swap is. If you're doing it for an organization, you may want to charge and donate to, whatever cause you feel like you want to donate to. But it's a great way for women and men just to get together and find some great things and just swap out clothes. So think about a clothing swap. Think about getting your friends together and doing a clothing swap. Try it on, test it out. I can't say that enough. Trust your gut and the mirror. Does it fit properly? Does it feel, how does it feel when I move? Can I sit in it? Can I stand in it? Can I move to the side? Can I lift my hands in the air? Can I stretch them out? Do I feel comfortable with this on? That is super important. Does it align with how you want to show up? Is it your style? Does it fit your visual identity, your style archetype? Is it one of your three style words? Will I wear this again and again? If not, don't buy it. But try it on and test it out for sure. And sometimes that's a challenge when you're ordering something online, like I said, but make sure it has a good exchange and return policy. And speaking of wearing something again and again, I want to talk a little bit about cost per wear. It is super important when you're shopping to look for quality, not quantity. Sometimes you may have to pay a little bit more for something when you're tempted to buy the cheap version. I'll use a t-shirt as an example. You may go and you say, okay, one of the gaps that I'm filling in my capsule wardrobe is this white t-shirt she talked about. So I'm gonna go buy it. I see a t-shirt, it costs 10 bucks. This is it. It's in my budget. I'm gonna buy it. I bring the t-shirt home. I wear it once. It looks great. I put it in the washer and dryer. When I pull it out, the neck is a little, it's stretched a little bit. It's not fitting quite like it should, but I'll do it one more time. You wear it on another occasion, throw it in the washer and dryer, pull it out. Now it's got a little hole in it. The threads are coming apart. But I only paid 10 bucks for it. But cost per wear, you really paid $5 for every time you wore that shirt. It cost $10, but you were only able to wear it twice. Now it's a dust rag or it's in the trash because it has stretched out, it no longer looks good. So think about cost per wear when you're buying items. Spend a little bit more for quality. For example, if you buy a $30 t-shirt as opposed to the $10 one, and you say $30, geez, that's a lot for a t-shirt, but you wear it, you've had it and you've worn it 30 times. The cost per wear on that t-shirt was $1. For every time you wore that shirt, it cost $1. Um, Say you've worn it 40 times. What is that? Like 75 cents. Say you've worn it 50 times. That's 6 cents. Cost per wear. You still have that t-shirt in your closet. You've washed it, you dried it, it looks great. Another tip is to take really good care of your clothes. If you're able to send more high-end items to the cleaners, do that. Hand wash. Hang things up, take good care of them. I recommend a steamer versus an iron. Just little ways that we take care of our clothes and they last us for a long time, but everything starts with quality. If it looks cheaply made and it feels cheaply made, it's not going to last very long. Check for hardware, check for buttons, check for stitching, all those things. The reason the fast fashion industry is so popular right now is because everything is cheap. You can go, I won't name any names, but you can go on certain websites and buy a blouse for $2. Well, you're getting what you pay for. It's not going to last very long, and eventually it's going to end up in somebody's landfill, which is not good for the environment. So quality over quantity always. So to recap today, the capsule wardrobe is an intentional collection of versatile clothing pieces. They reduce decision fatigue, they save time and money, and they transition across lifestyle moments. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have a great wardrobe. Start with the black, white, gray, navy, and camel and build on that. You're going to identify gaps, check for outfit completeness. You're going to elevate your look with statement pieces. By all means, throw in the good stuff too. Pieces that reflect your personal style. And when we shop, we're going to know our style. We are going to remember our style words. We're going to create a targeted shopping list and prioritize based on need and versatility. And don't rush to buy everything at once. You don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money and just, come home with bags and bags and bags. We're building an intentional wardrobe. Um, and we just want to look nice. We want to feel good. We want to show up in the world who we are on the inside. And for those of you who were on my workshop number 1, we talked a lot about confidence. That's the key. You could put on a paper bag and a belt and sell it. Everything is all about confidence. And if you haven't watched that workshop or you didn't join me, please watch it. I'll go back and take a look at it. So, what else are we going to do today? We are going to open up for questions shortly. But before I do that, today you're going to learn about Google Try-On. I just wanted to touch bases on that for a minute. It's a virtual try-on feature powered by augmented reality and AI. It allows users to upload a photo of themselves and they're able to see how clothing, makeup, and accessories would look on you before you actually purchase it. So that should be fun to do today. And then I want you, in terms of homework, I want you to get ready for our fashion show next week. If you haven't signed up already, please do so. I can't wait to see how you pull your looks together and what you come up with. It will be a lot of fun. Either you can model for us live or you can upload a photo and we'll add it to a slideshow, but I'm super excited for that. So please, please, please sign up for the fashion show. That's why we've been here over the last 3 weeks so that we can have this big bang up fashion show at the end. So make sure that you get ready to stretch your stuff or upload a photo. And Wanda's going to tell you a little more about that. And lastly, please join the Senior Planet Community's Timeless Fashion Group. I'm in there. I think it's amazing. You can share photos. We can support each other. You can give your support and critique to other people who are developing their style. And it's just a fun place to be. It's a nice community group. So please join. I don't see as many of you in there as I would like, but I know you're going to change and do that for me. And you're also going to get your outfits together. Who's going to get their outfit together for the fashion show? Please raise your hand. Okay, I'm counting on it. I'm counting on it. Or put a yes in the chat. Okay. Who is this? Elizabeth says, I'm planning on shopping ideas for the fashion show. Yay. Good, 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 good. Okay, Carla, no worries. You'll miss it because you're traveling. You can still upload a photo though, ma'am. We can add you to the fashion show and you can watch it later. So I'm excited to see what we come up with. Francine says, I'll try showing my closet. Anna Marie says, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being with me. It's been fun, so much fun, and I'm looking forward to next week. So once again, thank you. If you have questions, please email me. I'm closetbycoco@outlook.com. If you're on Instagram, so am I at he calls me Coco _ I think I mentioned before why Coco. That's what my grandson calls me. And he is the joy of my life. So thank you guys. And we can open it up for questions if you like. And I'm here. Let's do this. So I'm going to stop my share. And there we are. And there your beautiful faces are. All right. Does anyone have a question?
So we do have a couple questions here. One from Denise Peters,
Okay.
and she says, I'm recently in a wheelchair resulting in weight gain, and was wondering if you have tips for comfy clothes but still have style.
Well, don't let the wheelchair be a deterrent. Like I said, you have to know what your style is. Comfort, I recommend for everyone. There's nothing worse, and I think I shared this in a previous workshop, than wearing something that you feel uncomfortable in. You got to pull at it, you got to tug at it all day. Um, it just doesn't feel good. It's too tight, but uh, really think about what your style identity is and how you want to show up in the world. Don't use being in a wheelchair as a deterrent. Own your style. So I would say choose items that are comfortable, that feel good, that make you feel good. That's super important. I think at the end of the day, that is the key to style, period. You have to look good, but you want to feel good. You want things that fill you up. You want to look in the mirror at yourself and say, girl, I look good today. So that's super important. If you feel good, then that your whole personality changes. People see you and they recognize that, and they treat you differently. They gravitate towards you. Attitude is everything. So really think about what your style identity is, what your three style words are. Start there. I am fun, I'm colorful, and I'm casual, and build on that. Buy clothing that you gravitate towards, and you'll be glad that you did.
Thank you, Lisa. The next one is from Carla, and she says, what are your thoughts on mixing metals?
For example, like mixing silver and gold, and is that what she?
I I'm not
Like
really
when
sure.
mixing metals, well,
Carla, Carla, if you want to unmute yourself and ask the question, if you're still here.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry about that. I
Okay.
wasn't sure if that was allowed, but yes. Excuse me. I was wondering, like, mixing your golds, mixing your silvers, rose gold,
Mhm.
your metals in that way. Is that
Yes,
Paul?
yes. I think you have to figure out what works for you. I think, in my first workshop, we talked a little bit about style versus fashion. And fashion is what designers tell us we should wear, or what social media tells us we should wear, or what celebrities are wearing. And style is your own. Like I keep saying over and over again, it's your visual identity. It's how you show up in the world. I don't think that there are rules to that. People wear what makes them feel good and what makes them feel confident. I think sometimes we get caught in what we are told we should wear versus what we really want to wear. So I don't see a problem with that, mixing metals at all. If you look in the mirror, and as I just mentioned, and you look at yourself and say, "Gosh, I look pretty good today," then you're doing it. You're expressing yourself. That's your personal style, and I think you should go with it.
Thanks, Lisa. Then Margie asked, when talking accessories, what about fitness watches? So many wear fitness watches these days versus a regular classic wristwatch. That's me. I have a fitness watch on.
Well, that works. I just say a watch is a great accessory. Now, if it can do double duty, then that's all the better. I love accessories, earrings, watches, brooches, necklaces, scarves. I just believe that accessories add tons of visual interest to your outfit. When you look at someone it gives the viewer's eyes the opportunity to travel. You know, I was very intentional about what I put on today. I said, I'm going to put this head wrap on. I get tons of compliments on my glasses, which are an accessory, by the way. I put my earrings on. I put a blouse on. I put a vest over the blouse. So when I go out into the world, people are, and like I said, I'm pretty tall anyway, but you're looking. She's got on a cool head wrap. I love her glasses. Oh, she's got earrings on. She's got a vest. Maybe that's something I can try. Give your outfit some visual interest. That's what accessories do. They give your outfit visual interest. So people's eyes are traveling. They're admiring your style, and you feel great because you put it together in a way that feels true and authentic to you. Even if it's a fitness watch, absolutely, it's doing that.
Millicent asks, with the white t-shirt, is it long sleeve or short sleeve or both?
I guess whatever feels true to you. I wear a lot of short sleeve white t-shirts. I can use them for a number of things. I think last week I showed, like I said, they work great with everything. You can wear them in multiple ways. You can wear them alone, just as the t-shirt. You can throw a button down over it. You can wear it with a vest. You can and just let the sleeves be exposed. You can use it in multiple ways. If you need something, if it's a cold day outside and you want something, just another layer underneath just to keep you warm. So, but I would say either or. Me personally, I kind of gravitate towards the short sleeves more.
Margaret asks, do you have a suggestion of one or two items that are on trend for this year that may be a good suggestion to add to my wardrobe or a new accent color?
No, because I kind of stay away from trends. And I think I mentioned that a little bit in the first workshop. Like I said, trends are kind of what the fashion industry says that we should wear. And they can be hit or miss. I wouldn't totally say stay away from trends, but use trends sparingly, because when you buy a trend, more than likely it goes away. And then you've got these clunky platform shoes that you bought because they told you this was the latest trend and the thing to have. And now you can't even wear them. You don't want to wear them because you look ridiculous now with a pair of clunky platform shoes on. So I would say stay away from trends and more so think about who you are. What colors do you enjoy wearing? Some people have favorite colors. I think I'm kind of all over the place, but some people specifically have favorite colors. One of my daughters, she loves pinks and purples. Um, I would start with some items in the capsule wardrobe. As I mentioned, white and black go well. All five of those colors go well with everything. I would choose some accent colors that are in buy accessories in those colors that I really love. Um, Personal style is all about you. You have to know who you are. I don't follow trends. Settle. How about that? Set the trend. Don't follow the trend.
Good one. Good one. I like that. I like this question. Don asked, now that we're in a new season, fall,
Mhm.
is it time to rotate clothes? Specifically, move tank tops to the back and bring up front shirts.
Absolutely. I wish you had been with us last week. So when it goes up on the YouTube channel, please watch. We talked all about cleaning out our closet. I called it the closet audit, where and that we should do it at least twice a year, fall, winter, and spring, summer, where we're getting rid of the tank tops and the shorts and the sandals and all the things, and we're packing them away. We are maybe they don't serve us anymore, so we're going to donate them to a charity or give them away to the thrift store. Um, or maybe a friend or something who likes those sandals that you don't like anymore. But we're out with the old and we're getting ready for the new. I recommend we do this twice a year, as I said. It's definitely, this is a great time to do that. So get in your closet, clean it out, store those old things away, look for the gaps, things maybe that you need to buy now, or just pull out some stuff that you haven't seen in a long time. Like I said, when you clean out your closet, and I talked about this extensively last week, you ultimately find treasures that you're like, I don't even remember this shirt. And there it is. And now it's time to put it on. It's the perfect time. So absolutely do a closet audit. Clean out your closet. Get rid of things that don't serve you. Dig those boxes out of the garage that say winter clothes. Go through those and pull them out, or get rid of the ones that you don't want. Absolutely. Now is the time.
Thank you. Uh, Grace asks, where can we find directions of tying your fabulous headscarf or regular scarves?
Oh, thank you. So, I go to YouTube Academy actually. So YouTube is great, and Pinterest as well, which was one of the lessons. I think that was our tech component for workshop number one. But you can go on YouTube, just type in a few keywords or a sentence, creative ways to tie a headscarf, and they come up with all these great ideas. So by all means, get on YouTube. If you're on social media, same thing, like, the Facebooks and the Instagrams and all that, do that as well. But absolutely, I would start with YouTube. There are a lot of free tutorials on how to tie headscarves in some amazing ways, not just on your head. They do all kind of things with them, ways to tie them on your neck, ways to make a blouse out of it's crazy. So get on there and dig in and have fun and practice.
Yes. So a couple more questions here. Randy would like to know if you can show us what you're wearing. She said it looks so pretty and the
Oh,
listed colors so
well,
pretty.
so this, well, of the headscarf, of course, and then this blouse, I put a vest over it, like I said, just to add some visual, give you some stuff to look at, and it's a nice little pattern that I really like. And then other than that, I have on a pair of jeans actually. So, and these are wide leg jeans, and they have huge cuffs at the bottom, which is a styling trick. I will post a photo in the group this afternoon to show you guys what I was wearing today. And I've done that for the past couple of workshop sessions as well. And I want you guys to do the same. Please join the Timeless Fashion Group. I love it. It's a good time to talk to each other, and then, like I said, share photos and opinions and tips and tricks, and see what everybody's doing. And also, I'm counting on you once again. I'm gonna keep bothering you about this fashion show here, because I love a fashion show. So I'm looking for ladies and men who are on here to show up and show out next Monday. I'm gonna be looking for you.
And then Carla said, you may have already asked this, but what about white sneakers in wintertime?
Oh, put them on. Absolutely. I had a question last week. Um, I think the participant asked the question in the chat, but I didn't see it. And she later on she posted it. Well, I asked her to post it in the question in the group. And I don't know if she's done it yet, but I'm gonna go and check it out. And she asked about wearing white in the wintertime. White is not exclusive to summer. That's a misnomer. People think that. There are varying shades of white. I know who's heard of winter white before? If so, raise your hand. Yes. So absolutely, put those white sneakers on. I had my white sneakers on this weekend actually, because like I said, I went to a concert and I was not climbing stairs in a pair of heels. So I put my white sneakers on and I went and sung and danced with the best of them. So yeah, put your white sneakers on. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Lisa. I know there's other people who have questions, but we're running out of time. And I do want to let you know about the fashion show that we're having next week. And then after that, um, I'm going to be doing a demonstration on how to try the Try Me in Google. So thanks so much, Lisa,
Oh,
for
thank
your
you.
time here today.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. And those of you who can stick on, please stay on and I'll show you how to use that.
Oh, thank you, Millicent. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, guys. I'm looking for you next week. All right, fashion show day. Have a good rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.